Hi, I'm Ator, fitness editor at Women's Health. See how fit you really are by taking our series of fitness challenges. This is the leg matrix, which will test your endurance. You'll do each of these 4 moves for the prescribed amount of reps, back to back without resting. The first move is the squat. To do this, stand with your feet hip width apart, interlace your fingers and place them gently behind your head. Bend your knees and sit your hips back until your thighs are nearly parallel. Push to return to the starting position. The next move is the squat jump. You'll start in the same position with your hands behind your head, lower into the same squat, then jump off the ground, landing gently and going immediately into the next rep. The third move is the lunge. For this, you'll step forward with your right foot, bending both knees until your back knee almost touches the ground. Push to return to start and repeat on the other leg for 1 rep. The fourth move are lunge jumps. Start in the lunge position from before and jump off the ground as high as you can, changing legs in the air to return to the next rep. That's the leg matrix. This is the 4-point touch. This will test your agility. To do this test, you're going to set up 4 cones 5 yards apart. Ours are a little bit closer, but we're just going to walk you through the pattern. You'll start in the center of the cones with your knees bent and your hips slightly forward. Set a timer for 15 seconds, then move as quickly as possible to the left hand cone and touch it with your hand. Come back to the center, then immediately touch the top right cone with your hand. You're going to continue this clockwise pattern, moving as quickly as you can to each cone and touching as many cones as you can in 15 seconds. That's the 4-point touch. This is the single leg balance and touch, which will measure your balance abilities. You'll measure both legs separately, and we'll start with the right leg. Standing on your right leg, knees slightly bent, keep your back flat and lean forward to touch your toe, letting your left leg extend behind you. Return to standing for 1 rep. Keep track of your reps and see how many you can do in 60 seconds, then repeat on the other side. Check your results to see how you did. That's the single leg balance and touch. This is the 3-rep single leg squat. This will test your lower body strength, and you'll test both legs individually. So we'll start with the right leg. For the first rep, stand about a foot in front of the bench and extend your left foot slightly off the floor, arms at shoulder level. Bend your knee and sit your hips back all the way until you're sitting on the bench. Pause, then push through your heels to return to standing. If you complete that with proper form, you'll move on to rep 2, and you'll start the same way. About a foot in front of the bench, raise your left foot off the ground and bring your arms to shoulder level. This time, as you sit back, bend your knee until you almost graze the bench, then return to standing. If you complete that with proper form, you'll move on to rep 3. For rep 3, stand next to the bench and step up with your right leg, letting your left leg hang off. Bring your arms to shoulder level and bend your knee, sitting back, keeping your chest up until your thigh is nearly parallel. Return to standing by pushing all the way through the foot. That's your 3-rep single leg squat test. This is the Thomas test to measure your hip flexor flexibility. Sit on the end of an exercise bench and lie back, bringing both knees to your chest. Tightly grab your left knee with both hands and straighten your right leg out in front of you. Slowly lower it as far as possible. You want to make sure as you're lowering, you're keeping your knee tight to your chest and your right legs perfectly straight. Test each leg separately and then check your results. That's the Thomas test. This is the walkout. It'll measure your core stability. To do it, get on your hands and knees, keeping your back flat and your neck neutral. Then, bracing your core and keeping your glutes engaged, slowly walk your hands out as far as you possibly can. Hold for 20 seconds, then slowly and controllably walk back to the starting position. If you fall, lose your balance, or drop your hips, lose form in any way, retry the test. That's the walkout.